We are set to go 3 5-minute rounds in the atomweight division. For our official introductions of this tournament finale, here is Joe Martinez.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, live on Access TV from Memorial Hall here in Kansas City, Kansas, this is the main event of the evening. 3 rounds scheduled this for the Phoenix Tournament Atomweight Championship. Sanctioned by the Kansas State Athletic Commission, the executive director is Adam Rohrbach. The 3 judges scoring at cage side, Kevin Champion, Greg DeVilbiss, and Al Mildren. And when the action begins inside the cage, your referee in charge, Nick Behrens. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the judges are ready and the fighters are ready. Fight fans in attendance, make some noise if you are ready! Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. She is a mixed martial artist standing 5 feet 2 inches tall. Weighing in officially 105 3/4 pounds in 11 professional fights. Her record stands at 7 victories and 4 defeats. Fighting out of Scottsdale, Arizona, here is Lindsay Demza Van Zandt. And across the cage, her opponent fighting out of the red corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 1 inch tall. She weighed in 105 1/2 pounds and in 13 fights holds a record of 10 victories and 3 defeats. Fighting out of Niterói, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, here is Jessica Correa de Boni.
All right, ladies, went over the rules in the back. Let's have a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Most importantly, protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves now if you want. On my command, come out fighting.
A pair of veterans looking to reignite their rivalry. Former title challenger Jessica Del Boni taking on Lindsay Van Zandt. This for the Atomweight Phoenix Tournament Championship. Referee Nick Behrens getting this assignment. TJ DeSantis, Megan Anderson, Julie Kedzie inside Kansas City, Kansas's Memorial Hall for Invicta FC's Phoenix Tournament. Our clock powered by Juju Me. Fight premature aging with Juju Me's high-grade Juju Bees, the ultimate unknown superfood. Use code Invicta FC for 10% off. Del Boni in the white, the red and blue for Lindsay Van Zandt. Van Zandt said that she felt Del Boni was the uncrowned champion and that tonight this was a de facto championship bout. It's for the Phoenix Tournament Championship, but this is going to say a lot moving forward about this atomweight division.
It really does, and she's been very dismissive of the current atomweight champion, Alicia Zappitella, tonight, so it will be interesting to see how this one plays out.
Who, by the way, is in the front row tonight, you know, watching all of this.
She's got the best seat in the house.
And for Zappitella, you know, I had a chance to catch up with her, and she said that she leaned towards Lindsay Van Zandt. She felt that Del Boni cutting weight, 3 weeks apart, it might play to her detriment if this fight goes in the latter rounds.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting the way they can kind of see something that maybe we don't see when we see the rest of the competitors there. They're kind of eyeing each other very clearly and assessing the situation very strategically.
And strategies have been, very urgent throughout the night. Be first, be often, and that changes now here with the, afforded extra 10 minutes here. A combination of punches there by the Brazilian.
And, in those previous fights, LVZ did a lot more footwork, I would say a lot more aggressive footwork. She's still doing a great job of staying out of range, being in and out, but you can see the respect that she has for Del Boni's power, her takedowns, and just her capacity to capitalize on openings.
I think what we're also seeing is Del Boni is able to match Van Zandt's speed, which none of her competitors before were able to do. So she's having to be a little bit more patient, and Del Boni has phenomenal counter-striking that she really has to pay attention to.
Coming forward punches is the Brazilian, but Van Zandt able to get her back away from the cage, back in space.
It's interesting, both of them really like to pull your attention up high and hit that inside leg and try to off-balance each other.
Halfway point here of round number 1. Looking at the skill set of Lindsey Van Zandt. She's really showcased her high kicks tonight. We'll see if she tries to utilize that here against Del Boni.
Right on cue.
And I think that's a really good idea. High kicks and keeping range and not getting tied up this tightly in the clinch. Not getting.
Del Boni able to close that distance and had one underhook for a brief moment, but Van Zandt not accepting that position willingly.
Beautiful elbows by Del Boni on the break, though.
Definitely had to eat those shots. Feinting again for that shot is Van Zandt.
What she did, though, differently this time is she used it to come up striking, which she didn't in the previous attempt. She's blending it together a little bit better, which, you know, is going to make Del Boni really have to question the integrity of that takedown, which is going to set up Van Zandt striking a lot better. But, man, some big punches by both ladies right now.
We're getting echoes of the Del Boni-Zappitella fight in that Del Boni just walks through punches. She just walks you down.
A lot of volume here in this first round by Del Boni, but we see Van Zandt come high with that kick. Didn't land, but again, that's something she's thrown in all of her matches thus far tonight.
And I think it would be a really well-timed attack when Del Boni's actually attacking her, because Del Boni does have the tendency to kind of put her hands down and just go forward like that with her chin forward. She's so fast, though, guys.
Back at space. You know, Van Zandt really, again, called her shot, winning her first quarterfinal via submission. You know, looking at it tactically, would she have been better off, Megan, to face Del Boni in a one-round fight compared to a three-round fight?
Honestly, yes. She should have picked the one-round option. Del Boni is a different beast in itself. I think she's the only one that's been able to compete power-wise, speed-wise, timing-wise with Van Zandt. And I think instead of 3 rounds, just having 1 round, she's able to really do a lot more, because now she's pacing herself. Van Zandt's pacing herself a little bit because she knows she does have 15 minutes instead of just 5.
Well, now she's only got 10 because 5 are in the books here between these two women in our tournament finale. Jessica Del Boni taking on Lindsey Van Zandt. Your thoughts, on the posture and demeanor and output of Jessica Del Boni here in round number 1?
I think she's picking up speed. I think she's picking up aggression right now. You know, we're seeing 4 combos as opposed to 3 combos when she throws right now. And, we can see the open scoring is kind of reflecting what I'm saying. She's definitely opening up herself when it comes to her attacks. That's not to say she doesn't have her hands full with Van Zandt, but I think that she's putting on a much higher pace.
And again, open scoring here exclusively in the state of Kansas. The cornerman gets the score through the fence there, and then it is up to them on whether or not they want to relay that to their athlete. Both of these ladies are veterans, so I'm assuming that they'll want all the information afforded to them. That's not always the case. We'll have to see how it will play out over the course of 15 minutes, whether or not they got that information and decided to make adjustments from it. But we are headed into round number 2 now. Jessica Del Boni, again, one half of that title fight against Alicia Zappitella a few weeks ago. She's taking on Lindsey Van Zandt here, the tournament finale of Invicta FC's Phoenix tournament. See, the judges had leaned there with Del Boni. Your thoughts on the scorecard early, Megan?
I agree with that decision. I think Del Boni did a much better job of controlling the pace. She controlled the range. She threw the more damaging strikes. She was the aggressor. She was putting Van Zandt on the back foot. And, she stuffed those takedowns. Obviously, even though Van Zandt looked to take it to the ground, the judges scored it in favor of Del Boni because she wasn't able to really solidify the position. And I think that's the difference, is if someone is not able to solidify a takedown, then you should not be scored in favor of the person going for the takedown.
It's more about what you do with the position if you're able to get it rather than just going for it. And we'll see if she's able to get it at any point in this round. Looking at Del Boni, again, coming forward with some punches. We've seen some kicks from Van Zandt. Would you like to see her mix up the kicks, maybe attack the lead leg?
Very much so, TJ. Yeah, and we saw that she blended that takedown attempt with an attack. I would love to see her do some more of that, especially when she's in close, because there'll be more shin connection to the face. She's flexible. We've seen her do it before.
Van Zandt is showing a lot more aggression this round. She's throwing a little bit more, which I'd like to see. She's really not letting Del Boni kind of set the pace for the exchanges.
And, you know, what you said earlier about, you know, it's what you do with the position. One position that Del Boni always kind of establishes is real estate on her feet, right? She's controlling the center of the cage. She walks her opponents down, gets them their backs up against the wall, and keeps them there for the most part. I say that, and of course, Van Zandt's off, but you know what I'm talking about.
These atomweights move quickly.
Yes, they do.
Approaching 2 minutes down here in this second round. Kick to that lead leg of Del Boni by Van Zandt.
Nice.
High kick. Did land there.
Del Boni just walks through that.
Keep chipping away. You're scoring here.
What I would like to see Del Boni do is, as Van Zandt is circling, she's just following her. She needs to cut off the cage. See, she's just kind of trotting along, following her around the cage. I would like to see her use a little bit more footwork to cut off the cage, and she's going to be able to kind of maneuver Van Zandt into those big punches instead of just following her around.
Halfway point of this fight, 2.5 down in round number 2, clinched up against the fence here.
I have to say, Van Zandt's showing it. She's not successful in getting off the cage right now, but in earlier fights, and earlier in this fight, she's showing a really nice evolution of her escapes from her back up against the cage. She's able to twist up high and stomp through low.
Able to get off that fence is Van Zandt. Back at space.
Hey, chip that leg again. That's it. Here's the thing. Something real up top. That's it. Keep that left where we go.
And this is what Van Zandt needs to do. She needs to pick her shots. She needs the in and out motion. She's got the range. She needs to use it. She cannot let Del Boni get on the inside, because once she does, she is unstoppable.
That was really nice right there. And I totally agree with you, Megan. I think that one of the things Van Zandt really needs to utilize is fakes to that left hook. She's able to land that left hook if she believes in it. It's there for her.
Coming forward again with punches is Del Boni, but Van Zandt able to put her on the fence for a brief moment, but now back at space. And that's the thing here with Del Boni, you know, even when Van Zandt is starting to throw more strikes, it's the Brazilian that is constantly marching forward.
Yeah, and you have to think how much of that is based upon that last fight with Zapatella.
High kick again by Van Zandt, but
Beautiful takedown defense there, and that just shows the well-roundedness of Del Boni. But Van Zandt, so game, and I think that the difference in the kicking game, the teeps, the head kicks, the leg kicks, it's really what's going to set her apart if she can keep that range.
nice job by Van Zandt to get back at space, pawing forward with that left hand.
One thing she was doing well against Mahalik was attacking the body with those kicks too. I don't recommend kicking like a round motion, a roundhouse kick to the body of Del Boni. She's so good at grabbing kicks, but side kicks and teeps straight on, pulling your leg back quickly, will establish her longer range.
And I think this is where Van Zandt is having success, because Del Boni is just following her around, so she's able to use those angle changes to her advantage.
Again, just so impressive, Del Boni's takedown defense. Just beautiful.
Oh, some hard punches.
Now 10 minutes in the books between these atomweights. Lindsey Van Zandt, Jessica Del Boni. We are headed to a round number 3, and some confidence here growing for Del Boni. Arms up in the air, might be a tactic to get that lactic acid up, but she's very confident. She's not taking a step back, and you know, this is a much different Lindsey Van Zandt from their first meeting, and you know, both of these women are really showing their progression and abilities here in this rematch.
Yeah, one of the things you have to admire about Del Boni is fighting in a tournament like this in some ways is more dangerous than another title fight. She could have sat it out. She was, in my mind, at least #1 contender for the belt until this tournament 3 weeks later pops up. But she decided to push herself, and in doing so, she's facing opponents that maybe she's faced in the past, but again, she faced LVZ in the past, and I just think this is a completely new LVZ. She's locked in, she's more on point. And Del Boni's got the Del Boni's to do it. She wants to get in there. She wants to fight everyone.
So we look at the open scoring there, the information being articulated to the athletes. Delboni turned around and got a look at that score, so she knows exactly where she stands going into this third and final round. Very competitive bout, and both of these women deserving of this tournament finale position. And, Megan, I'm curious your thoughts on that score. We got it even on 2 judges.
Yeah, I am not surprised at the scoring. I can see where the one judge scored it for Delboni, but I can also see why the other 2 scored it for Van Zandt. Her movement is what set her apart in that round. So at least Delboni going into this round, she knows she's up on 1 scorecard. She just needs to get up on 1 more. And this is what she's doing. This is what I love to see. Even though she's gone 20 minutes already of fight time tonight, she is putting it all on the line in this last 5 minutes. She's constantly pressing forward. She's not giving Van Zandt enough space to really effectively use her range.
And it really is all about space and timing. I mean, you look at Van Zandt, she's moving and trying to do the right things, but when you have this Brazilian just marching you down, constantly shutting down your offense by forward aggression, it's hard to get going.
Yeah, shutting down your offense, and then the offense you have against somebody marching forward is to take them down, and she's so good at deflecting that, TJ. Props again to Van Zandt. Her movement, like you said, Megan, and the range of her kicks, the display she's able to do up and down and up and down. But when Delboni gets rattling off those punches, it is really hard not to shy away, not to try and, move away and then try to re-engage from another angle, and Delboni just doesn't allow it.
I think this round is really going to showcase who wants it more. And I think Delboni is kind of starting to edge away a little bit. I would like to see Van Zandt just, she's moving a lot. I want to see her just sit down, throw punches, make Delboni respect that range.
Tonight's journey started with 8 athletes. We are down to 2. This is our tournament finale. As you mentioned, a lot of work put in by both women, and this is where your heart is truly tested. It's this final round of this final fight with everything hanging in the balance.
It really is, and just the showcase of Delboni's athleticism. She just went a hard 25 minutes. 3 weeks ago, she's now put in another hard 25 minutes with 3 different opponents. Like, it just showcased the level and the caliber of competitor that she is.
It's a beautiful overhand right there landed for Van Zandt earlier, and they gave her a lot of confidence. Still not getting those takedowns, but I love that she keeps going for them because it does bring Delboni's attention to a different area. Good left hook.
Van Zandt talked about her evolution as a fighter and the need to leave the East Coast and end up in Arizona. She's found a home out there, and we've seen the product of that move here unfold inside the Invicta FC cage tonight.
Yeah, I've always felt that going west is generally a good idea for a fight career. And going west metaphorically as well, TJ, just getting out of your comfort zone, going somewhere where it's going to push you and change your atmosphere, change what you're experiencing.
I mean, going west here in the States for Megan, it's going to a different hemisphere north.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a very big change.
Coming up on the final 2 minutes here for these atomweights in our tournament finale.
Oh,
ooh, nice right hand.
That made her mad.
Oh, Delboni looks mad.
Yes, she does.
I would not want that staring me down in the cage.
Think about everything that Delboni has gone through. You mentioned a lot of people wouldn't have even taken this tournament opportunity. Why do I need to earn my title fight when many people believe I'm the uncrowned champion? That was not the mindset of Jessica Delboni. She's got 90 seconds to leave it out of the judges' hands.
I just have to say how much respect I have for these 2 competitors tonight, you guys. They really are leaving it all out there.
And that's really what this tournament is all about. The one-night tournament thought to be a thing of the past, but Shannon Knapp worked with the Kansas Commission to bring it back, and so far it's been just a treat to watch this unfold inside the cage.
I think just the difference in power between when Van Zandt throws and Delboni throws is just, I think that's such a big factor, particularly in this third round. When Delboni throws, it sounds like it hurts, whereas Van Zandt, she's crisp and she's clean with those punches, and she's very strategic with where they place it.
Very important final 45 seconds here between these atomweights. Delboni controlling Van Zandt up against the fence, lowering her elevation, trying to get the takedown, but LVC having none of it.
Nice.
Again, Del Boni flawless with her takedown defense. We've seen that over the course of this tournament as well as that title fight, but Van Zandt trying to stick with it and Del Boni again saying no.
She sticks to her like butter, though. She doesn't let any space come between them. She just gets right back in it.
Well, the journey tonight ends right there. The judges will have to sort it out, but Jessica Del Boni believes that she called her shot and marches right over to the atomweight champion and says, look, I want to fight you again. I don't think she said it in those words, but she wants to fight her again, and we'll see what the judges say. She may have done something very difficult. Let's not undersell what it means to go through 3 different opponents to earn a title fight that many people believe that you should already own. Jessica Del Boni said, I'm up for that challenge. And right now, on the outside looking in, looks like she did what she needed to do.
From the outside looking in, again, I haven't seen the scorecards, but I have to tell you, this is the kind of MMA that just gets me so excited. I want to throw the table over and like jump around the cage. Both of them put it all out there, and both of them should be so insanely proud of themselves.
Because that's the thing, too. When you look at Lindsey Van Zandt, she is a completely different fighter than we've seen in the past. We saw that. She took on high-level competition tonight and was game throughout all of it. We'll see if the judges will side with her. I mean, it was even, with 2 judges going into that 3rd and final round. Who knows what's going to happen, but I will say this about Lindsey Van Zandt moving forward. She's definitely a factor at 105.
Oh, she really is, and I think whoever wins tonight put their heart, all of it, every part of them in the cage. And I think, Van Zandt showcased that her well-roundedness, her growth, her evolution as a martial artist. And Del Boni really showcased, her mentality, her toughness, her fortitude for coming back 3 weeks after going a hard 25 minutes for the belt, coming up short and just putting on an absolutely dominant display from start to finish the entire night.
That fight recap brought to you by Work From Home. Visit WFHLife.com, the only brand exclusively focused on work from home, soft, comfortable, and fashionable. Save up to 60% off at WFHLife.com. All right, the judges have tallied their 10s and 9s. Who's the atomweight winner? Joe Martinez will tell us.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges, and here are the totals. 30-27, 29-28, and 29-28. All for your winner by unanimous decision. And now the Phoenix Tournament atomweight champion from Brazil, Jessica Correia de